Hi lovelies, welcome back to my channel and to a watch me work video. Now I've actually had this video awaiting voicing over for so long now. You can actually tell by the nails I've got on how long ago it was. So luckily I wrote down everything I used. I just hope I can fully remember what I was doing. So this is my Pastel Rainbow set. It seems an ideal time to post it now because we are finally getting some spring weather. So let's get in with what I'm doing. I'm using Cream Soda by Team Gorgeous. This is one of the most gorgeous cover pinks from the Ombre collection, and I'm just creating a reverse smile line with this. So with my first bead, I drained out most of the liquid, put it where my smile line would be, and then just patted and pulled it into place, creating a nice wall so I can butt my next colours up to it, but doing lots of work with the brush so that I haven't got lots of filing to do. I then took my next bead, left some of the liquid in that, blended it into it so I've got no harsh lines or anything when I come to file. And now with my cuticle bead I am building my apex and structure. This is a strength powder, so no need for capping. So I've built up my apex. I'm just now blending it in to the other beads and making sure my cuticle area is nice and neat, making sure all the beads are nicely blended together, that smile line is nice and crisp, and then I'm just going to leave that acrylic to set. Going on to the next nail and still using Cream Soda. I always use the same cover powders throughout a set. I'm doing sort of a faded nail bed area. So I want a nice coverage of my cover powder, so I'm picking up the bead and draining out a lot of the liquid so I can get a nice deeper colour, placing it at the cuticle, and then I'm just pulling it down the nail, fading it out towards the tip because I'm going to be putting some colour at the tip, and I'm doing this as I always do on a bit of a jaunty angle, and you know full well I only do this so I get to say the word jaunty. I will be capping this at the end, so I'm not worrying too much about building up any structure with that, and I'm going to do exactly the same on the thumbnail of Tammy. So I'm just going to let you watch this and then we'll be back with the next step. So all of my nail bed areas are done, and I'm just leaving those to all set, and I'm going to get in with some colour. These are all Team Gorgeous colours and they are all from the Picnic collection, I believe. I am starting off with the most gorgeous pastel yellow acrylic. This is Sponge Cake. It has to be one of my favourites and one I have to wear on my nails very soon, because I'm having a total love affair with yellow at the moment. So I've just placed that at the middle of the nail, blended it towards the cuticle and then down the nail slightly, and once I'm happy with that I'm going in with the next colour, which is Peach Tea. And I'm applying this more towards the cuticle. I am going to blend it ever so slightly into Sponge Cake and then just blend it back towards the cuticle, ready for the next colour. Where I feel I needed to add a little bit more, especially where the two colours meet, I've just gone in with very small beads. Work with small beads and add more if you need to. Don't go in with loads and have too much. I'm going to be adding a little bit of sparkle to this, so I am going to cap it. But even if I wasn't, because of the blends, I would cap it. Going in with the next colour, this is one of the most beautiful pastel pinks. This is Candy. This is my cuticle colour, so making sure it's nice and neat at the cuticle. And then I'm just blending it even, blending it slightly into peach tea, patting it down, keeping it all nice and thin as I'm going to be capping it. Making sure it's all neat around the edges as well. And then if I feel I need to, I'm going to go back into that peach tea and add a little bit more at the blend, but I didn't. So now I'm going to work the other side of the gorgeous sponge cake, and this is Limeade, a very pretty pastel green. And I'm just going to do exactly the same but working down towards the tip. Want to make sure the blend in between the colours is really nice, so as I said, just adding a little bit more of each colour if I need to make sure I've got a blend, but I also want to make sure I've got a nice band of each colour. So I don't want more of one than of the next, so just adding a little bit more where I need to. And once I'm happy with the blend between sponge cake and Limeade, going in with the last colour. This is Ice Lolly, and this is the pastel blue. And these 5 colours are must-haves for me going from spring, or going into spring and summer. So I'm just working the blend between Limeade and Ice Lolly, and once I'm happy with that, I will leave those colours to set for a moment before going in with a little bit of glitter. Now I am using Sorbet. This is another colour from the Picnic collection, and this is just a clear acrylic with little bits of an iridescent glitter. So I'm just sort of patting that on sparsely. I don't want to completely cover my Pastel Rainbow, I just want a little bit of sparkle. So I'm going to leave that to set, and I'm going to repeat the process, going in with my sponge cake in the middle, but I'm just going to reverse it. So I've got the green and the blue going towards the cuticle, and the pink and the peach coming towards the free edge. So as I'm doing exactly the same process, I'm going to let you watch. I'm not going to add any glitter to this one though. Right, now those two full rainbow nails are done, I'm going back to the first of my faded nail beds, and I am first going in with that stunning sponge cake colour. I really do love that. I'm just doing a line of this, blending it down ever so slightly. I still want a bit of nail bed colour, and I will be applying some of that Sorbet glitter at that line anyway. So I'm just blending the sorbet down, not the sorbet, sorry, blending the sponge cake down towards the tip, not all the way because I'm going to be going in with another one of the colours, and perfect timing there, I'm going in with Limeade as my next line. So just blending that back on the sponge cake and blending it slightly down the tip. Exactly the same with the full nails. I'm going in with a bit more of each colour if I need, especially where the two colours blend or meet and blend in the middle, just to make sure I've got nice coverage of both colours, even coverage. These acrylic powders apply so beautifully. For pastels, they just go on so well. Just give them a little bit of a shake up before you start work and you will get amazing colour coverage like this. So once I'm happy with the blend between those two colours, my timing is really good at this one, I'm going in with that stunning blue ice lolly just to fill in the tip. Again, just make sure I've got a blend between the colours. And now I'm going to the thumb, where I also did a faded nail bed, and I am going to use the other colours that I haven't used. So first up I've got Candy, which is that beautiful pastel pink. I'm working that at the line with the nail bed colour. Sorry, I forgot my word there. For anyone that is wondering, I'm using my Team Gorgeous Big Betty brush. They will be back in stock when the website relaunches, June, July time, I believe it is, all to coincide with the rebranding. But that is my Team Gorgeous Big Betty brush. I have then gone in with Peach Tea in the middle and then Sponge Cake at the tip, just blending the colours slightly together. I do want a line between each colour so you can see where one colour starts and the other finishes. So just patting that all down, keeping it nice and thin, remember, because I am going to cap it. And whilst that just dries, I'm going back to that first one that I've done, and using Sorbet, I'm going to just add that sort of where I feel like. So I added it at the line between Sponge Cake and the nail bed colour, so that cream soda, and then I've just brought it down one side slightly towards the tip, and taken it down the other side towards the cuticle area. And I've done I do exactly the same on the thumb, so you don't need me to talk you through it, I'm just going to let you watch. So I'm going back to the nail I started with and my reverse smile line. I have just given that a go over with my file to make sure I've got a nice crisp smile line, and nice and neat. And now I'm going in with Sorbet to complete that tip. So I'm butting it right up to that smile line, which is why I created the wall. I don't want any of those glitter pieces to go on to my nail bed colour, and I will cap this acrylic because it has got those glitter pieces in and I really don't want to file into them. So I'm just completing the other side, going right up to the wings, covering the tip. I want to make sure there is a nice coverage of that glitter across that entire tip. But I wanted to keep this nice and simple. You will see why when we get towards the end of this look. So I'm just going to finish covering this tip so that it is all completely even and covered, and then I'm going to cap this tip and all 4 of the other nails, file them off camera, and then we will get into the action of finishing them off, which we are now. So there is that rainbow nail without the glitter, all capped and filed and looking pretty lovely in my book. I'm now going on with my Team Gorgeous gloss, just a nice thin coat of this. This is a no wipe top coat. Using my LED lamp, curing it for 60 seconds, and now I have got the stunning Aurora Pigment from Glitter Planet, and using my finger I'm just rubbing that into that top coat. A little goes a really long way with this, so you don't need a lot. Just give it a really good rub in, brush away the excess, just giving it a nice buff up, and then I'm going to go in with a second floaty coat of my top gloss, and I'm going to cure that for half the time, so I will cure it for 30 seconds. And once that's cured, I'm going to top coat all of the other nails, and you will notice that nail I did my reverse smile line on, I have completely jazzed up. And if you would like to see that, I have got another video coming very, very soon. Once it's uploaded, I will pop the link to that one in this description box. I'm going to apply a second top coat over that Aurora Pigment and then do the full cure for 60 seconds, top coat the thumb, cure that, and then that is this design finished. So thank you so much for watching this Watch Me Work video. I do hope you have enjoyed it. As always, I will list the products I have used and leave the links in the description box down below. Please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in another video very, very soon.